Yes, everybody, we've made it to the end of Season 5, our second season in Liga. And we've finished 10th place, which is not top half, but it's been an easy ride. We were never in and around it, as you can see, apart from here. Game week, match day 10, when we ended up beating Nantes. We then flew up, to be fair, we flew up, 5 places in that time. And then we were in and around sort of like between 10th and 12th for the last second half of the season. I'll take that. Heart rate good. After the last episode when we got screwed over in that game, our form has not really dipped. So it was a 3-3 against Nice. And then we finished it off, you know, there's a lot of reds in there. But we were kind of beating the teams we needed to beat and then losing against teams that we probably expected to lose to. Maybe Jose was a disappointing one. 1-0 at PSG's kicking around in there. 3-2 at Montpellier's maybe disappointing. This little run here, Lille at home, Nice away, Marseille at home. But then we finished it off beating Paris, a team that were up and got relegated. And then Brest, who also got relegated. And then a decent point away at Rennes. And, you know, we will take it. It gave us a nice little bit of coin, which means at the moment, our finances are pretty damn good. We've made a little bit of money again. And now we're getting to the point where we can maybe expand our wages. Now, as you can see, there is offers coming in for Ashley Phillips. He is expected to leave, which is a huge shame because he looks absolutely phenomenal. Right in mind, though, we got him on a free transfer, and now we're going to be selling him for up and around, 14.25 million. He has got a release clause of 11.25, so I'm trying to be a little bit clever with these Saudi clubs where they give us a little bit more but spread the payments out. He's not going to be interested in staying. However, with that money coming in, potentially it does give us the opportunity to not really go for it next season, but take a bigger step in terms of the wages. So remember, what we are doing a lot of the time, we're kind of moving over the wages, and we've really had to build from scratch. So as you can see, PSG, £370 million salary. Ours is down at 8.4. And even if we're around this area here, so even Lorient at 17.33 million for the season. My only worry is that we spend way too much on wages. We get a little bit carried away into this middle area. And then the following season, we don't make another sale and we've not got that money coming in. So something to worry about. I think there's always going to be a case of we need to sign a couple that we can potentially get on a free and then look at selling on to make a little bit of a profit. Maybe not a massive profit, but I do think we'll probably still have to make around, I would say, 5 million profit at the moment per season without European football. So, who has been a superstar? Not many, only one over the average rated of 7, and that is Renald Perillon, our young winger, now still only 19, will be starting the next season as 20-year-old and has had a tremendous season. What's he got? 5 assists and 11 goals, 10 of them in Liga. Absolutely tremendous. We've got him on a new deal as well, so really good that we've got someone who's come through our youth system, has broke in. We only really wanted to play him so he'd sign a new deal and has set Liga alight. We've also been playing Abu Irie Bai, who is Ivory Coast, but I think he was actually born in Ivory Coast, but he's come through our youth system. Technical's not amazing, but he's a Mazzala, but we've been playing as a complete wing-back. Only 18 years old. Has had a pretty good season, 15 games, an average rating of 6.97, and because we've been comfortable in the league table, I decided just to play him because it will no doubt help us down the line. Leading goal scorer was Perillon with Tom Cannon, who I have now transfer listed as well. 2.6 million. I just don't get good vibes off him. 8 in 26 is okay, but if we can get anything, I'd be surprised if we get 2.6 for him. He is wanted though. Couple of loanies. The idea is that we get the 12 grand off the books. Can we then get a little bit of money in for him and then use that to buy someone for maybe 19 or 20 grand? The only issue I do have, Tanganga and Peroni. Now, I'm not so worried about Peroni because he will be a little bit of a superstar. Tanganga wants way too much money. He's only got 1 year left on his deal. He's already 30. So now I'm thinking about cashing in. So we've actually transfer listed in because I'm expecting our wages. Who's our highest earner? It will be Peroni and Tanganga. So Peroni and Tanganga. Look, Tanganga 16.75. Perron 16.75. I'm happy with Perron. I do think I'm not going to sell him this year. I don't know upset him, but the case may be at some point where, he's probably not going to be worth the salary that we keep giving these higher earners. So we'll have to just be aware of that. But obviously, getting rid of Tanganga, getting rid of a Cannon, probably getting rid of a Breckin, depending on what we bring in. We're also saying goodbye to Dupree will stay. The worst loanee that I've probably ever had. Definitely of FM24. Played a lot of games, but absolute disaster. Smallbone's leaving. I just thought it was time to maybe move on from him. 29 years old, wants a lot, will want more, no doubt, as well. Moustache, who has been an absolute legend for us, came during the first season and has been okay, but has got to that age now, 30 years old, where it's time to move on from him. And my boy, Deepo Akinyemi, bit of a silly buy, but we enjoyed just a couple of goals that he scored early doors. Lot of money saved there in wages. Collie Sacco's another one that will be saying goodbye. So he wants about 16 grand and he doesn't deserve it. And I'm making the call. I might make a call later on in the month and see what he wants. If he wants maybe under 10, then we may go for it. But he's not good enough. He's not good enough. He's not had an amazing season this year. A little bit injury ravaged as well. So we're probably saying goodbye to him. We've been quite brutal this summer. And Viti as well, no doubt, will disappear. He's going on a free transfer, but was with us from the start. Another one who's I'm a little bit disappointed about is Gushaud. I've offered him a new deal. He actually rejected it. This was earlier on in the season, so I'm trying to leave it as late as possible to try and make him stay. He's not absolutely amazing. He's going to be 20 for the start of the season. These technicals are shit. He's just a decent sort of like right back, defender, centre-back and holding midfielder. But we have got other players, potentially like Abui Brie can play the midfield role, can play right back. We're probably going to have to do some transfers for centre-halves because we've only got Sau with Tanganga likely leaving and obviously Ashley Phillips. And then down the other way, we've got a whole host of players that are kind of cheap enough in terms of wages. Aronson's pretty cheap, but he's unhappy, so we may look at moving in him. George Tanner, we might be able to try and get him out of the door because he's worth a little bit. He's 1.8 to 3.8. Said these English players, these British players tend to hold their value a bit better when it goes across. And then Mario Cozier-Dubry may leave as well. I'm curious now of when we build the squad up to try and make the starting 11 better. So at the moment, we've got Romero on that right-hand side. If we can bring in a better right winger than Romero, we bring someone in to replace Romero. Romero drops down to the bench, and then we let go sort of like the previous backup, which would be Cozier-Dubry. Same on the left-hand side. We've now got Perrien. We've got Boga, so we're kind of covered in there. But we do need a little bit of work if we get rid of, really as well, Iribe. He's not ready. I need a new goalkeeper as well because I've not been happy with Vitek. Breckin is just a backup. Sacco is not going to feature. And Tom Cannon's not going to feature. And also, Smallbone won't, but Peroni will. So there's a little bit of work to be done. But if we get that sailing of Ashley Phillips, sailing of Tom Cannon, maybe a couple of others in and amongst it, we might have up and towards £15 million, which would be bloody lovely. At the moment, they've given us 1.24. We've got a wage budget of 10 spare, but there is going to be still a lot of wages. Hopefully off, Tanganga off, Cannon off, Breckin off maybe, Smallburn's definitely off, Ashley Phillips off, and Collie Sacco off as well. So there's going to be a nice, they'll be up and around 50 grand maybe there to spend on wages. Money extra coming in. We've now built ourselves, and now it's going to be a case of, can we carry it on? Not get too carried away with the wages and making sure that we need to be breaking even next year. Can we also bring in not just them older players that we love to see on the free transfers, but also a couple of players that will hold a little bit of value as well? I like to do these just to give you because I am playing a lot of games at the moment. I'm having these nights where I'm just want to play. And I'm curious to make sure that we get through the save, not as quickly as possible, but just try and cut it down a little bit. Maybe have 2 or 3 episodes a season. And I'm enjoying just sitting, having a couple of beers and playing with Bordeaux. I don't know what it is. Give me a suggestion for where we should be looking next season. I think 10th again would be pretty good. That would get us in and around £5 million, I think. Yeah, it's in and around maybe £5 million for the prize money. So that would be good. That will always help us balance the books. Nice to maybe finish the season as well with a positive goal difference. 42 points. It's our best league finish since, I think, 2017, where they then finished 6th. And then obviously the slide started with that. So we're on the up. However, another thing to worry about, big clubs in here, look. Big clubs in here, maybe exception of Lorient. Coming up, Troyes, who are a decent-sized club. Also as well, our wage budget is 213, so they've already got a huge wage budget advantage over us, which is a little bit of a worry. And Strasbourg, who are absolutely huge compared to us, got players like Elanga. Yeah, they're on another level to us. And Metz as well, who are not massive, but are going to be maybe a little bit more in terms of competitiveness alongside what maybe Paris and especially Brest were. Or they're kind of a big club, but they are a bit of a yo-yo club in the game. All right, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you at the next one. See you later.